Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Fired Up Live show. I'm very excited because today we have a guest. Because every Thursday we have what we call Fired Up People. On Tuesdays we have Fired Up Topics. But of course, when we have a guest, there's a lot of insights, there's a lot of inspiration. So we'll call him in a while. All right. Let me know who's here right now. Sino ngayon ang nandirito? Represent. Hey, what's up? Chi Rubia, Chi and She Rubia. Good morning, ka-fired up. Love from UK. All right. Thanks for being here. Chi, what's up? Yes. Ang pag-uusapan po natin ngayon ay tungkol sa mission, a passion for mission. Diba? Kasi we all have a mission, whether you are serving in the church or maybe you have a personal mission to do some good out in the world. Right? We have something that's beyond our jobs, something that's beyond what we earn as a living. Meron tayong mission sa buhay. And that mission gives us the purpose and motivation to live our lives, di ba? So we have to have that mission. And today pag-uusapan natin, how do we have that passion for our mission? All right. What's up? Hey, Art Min. Fausto from Sydney. Hello, thanks for being here. My friend Renante Rentutar, or Bubong for short. All right, thanks for being here, bro. Hey, Christine from Wisconsin. Hey, what's up? Thanks for ordering my book, by the way, and I'm glad that you got it in 3 days. Awesome. Hey, what's up? All right. So today, passion for mission. And of course, the Fired Up Life show is all about getting you motivated and focused in pursuing your dreams and living out your faith. We all have dreams for ourselves. We have dreams for our families. And of course, we work hard to attain those dreams. Pero dapat nandyan yung ating pananampalataya. We have our faith. And if you put your goals and your faith together, that's what you call living a fired up life. Hey, what's up? Hey, Rada Lang. Thanks for being here. Good day. Ka-fired up from Al Ain. What's up? Yes. Hey, ayan, no? Si Alice and Yok Cruz. Good morning. Watching from UK. Hey, Anne, thank you for sending something there. I know you sent something, but hey, what's up? Thank you. Hey, Anne Bugayong, hey. Good afty. Wow, good afty talaga. All right. Ayan. Let me fix my mic first. There you go. Pag live talaga, meron talaga mga ganito. Wala pala akong sound kanina. All right. Good thing. I got some feedback from the back. All right. Hey, thank you. I just want to greet again Richard and Shirley Chutoa watching from Mauritius. Yes. Thanks for the feedback here, Christine. I hope my mic's back now. All right. Hey, my longtime friend Marvin is here. Marvin Manabat, good afternoon to you as well. Ayan, pag-uusapan po natin how we can get motivated and focused. That is always our goal here in the Fired Up Life show. Of course, to sum it up, it's all about motivation for work and life. If you are working and you're struggling at work, ayaw mong bumangon, ayaw mong magtrabaho, you want to get motivated, you want to get inspired, that's what we're here for. We'll overcome our tendencies to get frustrated, our tendencies to procrastinate, our tendencies to be lazy. Kailangan natin magsipag, pero kailangan natin ng motivation. So let's go. Let's get fired up. We have a framework here as well. Discover your fire, build your fire, and spread your fire. And that is the format for our interview for today. So we want to discover the journey of our guest, to discover how he mastered also his passion, and of course how he spread it. Hey, what's up, Chris Panlilo? Tito Chris, bonjour. Wow, taga saan ka ba? Pampanga. All right. Hey, Joy, thanks for being here. Luis, Miko, thanks for being here as well. All right. Marvin Mercado is here. We're all fired up now. Marami-rami na ang dumadating dito sa ating show. And thanks for being here as well, guys. And sa simula pa lang, no, meron tayong pa-freebie because every show meron akong inahanda na something you can download, something that you can use beyond the show, something that you can share to your friends. And right now, ang hinanda ko po ngayon is a free 21 days of motivation from 365 Fired Up Days. So we have 365 motivational pages here, but I'm giving out 21 days for free. At makukuha niyo po yan sa email po ninyo. You just have to go to kirbilyaban.com/21 days. Go ahead, click that link in the description and let me know if the link is working, if you got the email, para naman ma-confirm if our system is working. All right. So go to kirbilyaban.com/21 days. Ayan. So the Fired Up Live show is live every Tuesday and Thursday. Pag Tuesday, topic. Pag Thursday, tao. No? People on Thursdays and topics on Tuesdays. All right. So today we're going to talk about mission and how we are to discover our own mission, our calling for our mission, whether it's for the church, whether it's a personal mission to help the poor, to change the world, whatever it is, God has given you a mission in life. And this person that I'm going to introduce to you right now is very passionate for mission. He's very passionate of spreading God's word. And I've known him for, I don't know, more than 20 years, I guess. And he's inspired me in so many ways. Since YFC days, siya ang kuya ng bayan. And of course, tonight, this afternoon, we're gonna have the pleasure of listening to him and his story and how, he grew from all those years serving God. So please welcome my good friend. He is also part of the CFC International Council and the head of the Missionary Development and Deployment Department of Couples for Christ. Please help me welcome, guys, my good friend, Shok Ariola. All right. Hey, where's Shok? Where are you? There you go. Ayan, hello, Shok.
Hi, Curbs. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to everyone who's watching right now ng full show. Tawag ko full show kasi Fired Up Live show.
Ay, oo nga, no? Fired Up Live show, full show. All right. Hey, may mga bumabati lang dito. Si Ann, si Marcelino, si Eric. Hey, guys, thanks for all being here. I'm quite excited because our guest today is very inspiring. So, Shok.
Yes,
salamat. Salamat sa pag-yes sa aking imbitasyon at ako'y nafa-fire up kahit di pa nagsisimula. No? Our topic today is about a passion for mission. Can you tell us your story? How did you discover your mission? Specifically, how did you discover your calling as a missionary?
Thank you. I'm often asked that question, lalo na pag outside of the community. But I don't know if you're anything like me. Growing up, I really loved going to or through adventures. Makakita lang ako ng plane. I really love traveling or adventures at one point. I remember when I was in high school reading parang poster sa airport. May nakalagay doon, adventure is waiting. And every time up to today, every time I remember it, there's this swelling or longing in my heart to pursue adventure. Pero what was amazing was when you pair your longing, your passion, your desire for adventures with the desire and the hope of Jesus Christ with the world. Missions seems like the natural step. I started my journey in Youth for Christ, pareho tayo, and probably most of the people watching, back in 1996. Pero sometime in 1998, CFC being an ecclesial movement of the Catholic Church, they were regularly sending mission volunteers. I started by being sent in the different campuses in Metro Manila, either to present the program, which was YFC or the Ministry of Youth for Christ, or to oversee yung mga meron ng YFC. So doon lang nagsimula. But in the year 2000, Curbs, in the year 2000, I can remember this. I think we were all in Cebu for a YFC conference. Alimutan ko anong title ng conference na yun. Naalala mo yan?
Sigaw.
Sigaw, yun, Sigaw. Iisip ako ng title na English eh, pero sigaw pala. While there, I remember in one of the worship songs, it was made clear in my heart that the Lord, number one, was really indeed calling everyone, uh, including me, to pursue this great commission or to go on mission. So from then on, I never looked back. From the campuses, I was brought to the provinces of the Philippines. Then eventually was given the opportunity to go on missions outside of the Philippines. And Africa was one of the most memorable area of mission that I was assigned in. So yun, that's how I started, Verbs.
Yes, but of course, these are good experiences, di ba? Very enlightening in your journey. Pero sino ka ba, Shok, dati? Sino ka ba bago ka naging missionary? Ano ba ang... can you tell us a bit about your transformation story?
Okay. I lived a very, I thought then was a very normal life. I was a normal teenager in my mind, meaning normal na ninigarilyo, normal na umiinom. I was in and out of bad relationships to the extent of doing drugs. I was, then, ulitin ko, then, I thought it was the normal teenage life. But that was me. I was full of angst, anger, was very frustrated with school. Alam mo, kung sa ibang university ka nga nag-aral, yung course ko nung college, you could have taken it for 3 years. Pero for me, it took me 6 years. 6 years. So, hindi lazy. It's just that I thought I had the right priorities at that time. But after the realization of this invitation to be friends with Jesus, to be friends with God, cliche man pakinggan, pero it transformed my life. So from 96, as I mentioned earlier, doon I saw. And gradual yung pagbabago, Brad. Hindi siya, it never happened overnight. Hindi nga siya, no bright lights from the heavens, no voice out of nowhere. It was a gradual transformation. And I can only praise and honor the Lord for bringing me to the community of Couples for Christ.
Awesome, awesome. And maybe people are quite curious. Bakit Shok ang pangalan mo? Bakit hindi, alam ko, Michael, di ba? Pero mas kilala ka sa Shok. Bakit? May kwento ba yan? May backstory ba yan?
Meron. Long story short, mahilig akong lumangoy. Nung high school at saka college, ang tawag sa akin ng mga kabarkada ko or the people that were really close to me, Shokoy. Mahilig akong lumangoy. I swam for my school. So yung normal na tukso, Shokoy. So when I joined YFC, meron nakalagay doon sa write your nickname doon sa parang tag mo. Ilalagay ko sana Shokoy. Pero naisip ko, sabi mo, parang pangit pakinggan. So ginawa ko lang Shok. And it got stuck. So from that time up to today, tawag sa akin ng mga kaibigan, mga kapatid sa CFC, mga close friends talagang Shok na. Pero Michael Francis yung totoo kong pangalan.
Oh, Francis pala. Parang si Santo Papa. Yeah. So, thanks for telling us a bit of your backstory and, of course, how you got your name. And you were one of the first missionaries that I knew who went on mission to Africa. Tama ba? No? One of the first batches.
Yes, I was part of the first batch.
I see. Can you tell us a bit what happened there? Were you confident in the mission or kinabahan ba kayo? What was in store for you then? What were you thinking? Bakit ka nag-yes? Why did you say yes to mission?
Una, sometime early 2000, actually mga 2000, year 2000, the leaders of Couples for Christ were actually looking for single young missionaries to be assigned in Africa. Di ba? Sabi ko nga, I have this desire for adventure. So una, sabi ko, this is the ultimate adventure. Africa, mga napapanood ko sa TV, di ba? Napanood natin sa TV of ang nasa imagination ko noon habang nagtutoothbrush ka, may nagsiswing na unggoy, may tumatawid na lion, may mga elephants, etc. So when they were looking for volunteers to serve in Africa, it was instinct for me to raise my hand and offer my. They were looking for someone who can stay there for 1 year. So I said yes, I can go there for 1 year. Takot, I think that's part of it. The fear of the unknown. Number one. Take note, 2000, hindi pa masyadong mag-Google ang tao eh. So my picture of Africa then was what I read in the magazines at saka sa mga books. So that was my picture of Africa. So it was to me an ultimate adventure. So it was very very difficult dahil bago
Mm.
yung environment and they don't eat rice, Curbs. Well, they do, but it's not their staple eh. It's not their staple. My host was a Irish couple, Auntie Anne and Uncle Greg. I never realized that they love potatoes more than rice. So I remember my first few weeks, months, I would find myself crying because I was missing home, crying because I was missing my friends, and also crying because they don't eat rice. Uh, and then, of course, the language was also difficult. They spoke English, but remember, coming from the Philippines and YFC in the Philippines that spoke purely Filipino, being immersed in an area where everybody spoke a different language, tapos English, it, it made me insecure. Siguro for a good 1 month, it made me feel insecure. Because I'm very loud, I'm very animated when I speak. Kasi iniisip ko noon, sabi ko, naku, paano kaya yung jokes ko? Yung jokes ko lahat Tagalog. But you know, I can only attribute this to God's grace. Dahil I translated some of my jokes in English, yung Tagalog jokes ko, and they found it funny. Tapos when I found myself speaking, because it was part of the call of being a missionary to speak or to share, I slowly gained confidence. Hindi ko na binabantayan yung grammar, although it was important, but I evolved. I evolved and improved through missions. So that was difficult. And then culture was altogether a different subject dahil syempre ibang-iba yung kultura nila sa kultura natin.
Pakwento naman, ano yung mga surprises in terms of the culture? Siyempre, sanay tayo dito sa Pinas. But different people, di ba? Different practices. So, ano yung mga shocking realizations mo doon?
Let's start off with the basic, yung mga condiments. Halimbawa, condiments sa restaurant. I remember on our first day, our host took us to fast food, a popular fast food chain in Africa. Meron sila doon sa atin, di ba? Ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, etc. Sa kanila, meron sila doon monkey gland sauce.
Oh my
Monkey
God.
gland sauce. So sabi ko, ba, lupit nito ah. Monkey gland sauce. Welcome to Africa. So to me, yung mga ganon, mga terms. Although ang ibig sabihin lang ng monkey gland sauce, it's a mix of ketchup, mayonnaise, and something. So hindi siya totoong monkey gland. As they would refer to the traffic lights as robots. So pag nagtanong ka, how do I get to this place? They would tell you, by the third robot, turn right. So ako nung una, robot? But siguro the biggest culture shock was when I brought my family. I was single back in 2000, pero I was given again the opportunity to go back 2 years after. I got married. I went back home after that single missionary stint in Africa for a year. Went back home, married Karel, my wife. She gave birth to our beautiful daughter Andrea. And when Andrea was about 6 months old, we received the invitation to go back, but a different area of Africa. And when we got there, Uh, we were brand new parents, new in the married life, and we were actually adjusting to a lot of things. Tapos adjusting pa sa new culture. I remember Andrea was crying because we never realized na that she started teething. Eh, ang bata
Oh.
pala pag nangingipin, they would
Mm.
complain, they would cry, they would get sick, di ba? I remember praying to the Lord, Lord, sabi ko, ikaw naman nagpadala sa amin dito, why don't you provide us help? And the community, don't get me wrong, the community really rallied around us to provide us not only with what we need, but more of the support, the emotional, physical support that we needed as young parents. I remember asking one African lady for help dahil we didn't know what to do. Uh, Hiniram niya si Andrea. After 2 minutes, she came back. Andrea stopped crying altogether. She was smiling from ear to ear. Parang ano talaga, very angelic yung presence. Nakangiti lang, very quiet, etc. So I asked this African lady, sabi ko, Auntie, what's your secret? How did you make her stop crying? Sabi sa akin ng auntie after a lot of prodding, my secret is brandy. Because in their culture, they would actually dip their fingers or finger in brandy and they would slather it all over the gums of the baby. When
Para
my wife heard
magmanhid,
it,
para magmanhid.
parang mamanhid, Brad. So when Karel heard it, she started crying. Sabi niya, ikaw hindi ka nga umiinom ng hard. Yung anak mo lasing. So that's just the start of it, ah. Tapos di ba yung normal na bata may mga teeter na ginagamit, teeter.
Yeah.
I remember over lunch, uh, Andrea was again crying, complaining. All of a sudden, there was this quiet, deafening quiet coming from Andrea na sabi ko, nako, what is happening? I was panicking because that same auntie was present in over that lunch. So when I looked over to see what was happening with Andrea, si auntie, subo-subo yung drumstick bone, yung buto ng manok, Brad. Subo-subo. She was sucking on it. She was sucking on it, took it out of her mouth, and gave it to Andrea. So sabi ko, Auntie, what are you doing? Sabi niya, oh, I'm massaging her gums. So again, that's part of their culture. They would allow their sons and daughters to go barefoot kahit sa school. Kahit teenagers na, nakapaalang sila. So, si Andrea, lumaki tayo sa Pilipinas na pagka tumapak ka ng nakayapa, may bulate
Mm.
ka na, di ba? So,
Mag-iba pala dun.
pinapagalitan, pinapagalitan kami pagka sinusuotan namin ng sapatos si Andrea. So, those are the siguro mga obvious culture shocks that we experienced as a family. But more than anything, I think uh, it's the people. Hindi dahil shocking sila or culturally shocking. It's just that I can honestly say that because they grew up in a world or a society wherein Catholicism or Christianity is not the majority, their love for scriptures, their love
Mm.
for the Holy Eucharist, their love for Mass, for the sacraments, very evident yon. To the point na mahihiya ka na lang. Mahihiya ka because they would tell you they would visit the adoration. After a late night meeting, they would go and attend or spend time in adoration. So ikaw mahihiya ka. Sabihin mo, I grew up in a Catholic population or where the population is Catholic population is majority, pero we never shared that same passion.
Yeah.
Sila, I
What
saw
could
that
you
there.
think? Yeah. What do you think are like the contrasts in terms of spirituality? Of course, we have one faith, we have one belief, but the cultural expressions are different, as you mentioned, di ba? Parang mahihiya ka. There's a certain piety that they have that you were surprised na may ganun palang expressions, no?
Yeah.
Maybe you can point out some of the differences. Kasi, di ba,
I think
it's
I can highlight
yeah.
three. I think I can
Go ahead.
highlight three. Number one, as I already mentioned, no, to them, Sunday is really the day of the Lord. Sa atin, we complain if mass goes over 1 hour or 1 hour 15. Nagko-complain na tayo, boring, tagal naman ni Father, etc. Do you know that they would actually spend more than 2 hours at mass, more than 6 hours at church on a Sunday? Because everything religious happens in the compounds of the church. So tayo, Sunday, mass, restaurant, di ba? Or manonood ng sine, mall, or lazing around. Sila, they would dress up for Sunday. They would dress up for mass. They would attend church for 2 and plus hours of the Holy Eucharist. After church, they would gather under a tree, collect the brothers and sisters in the church, and they would share a meal sa labas ng simbahan, under a tree or basta kung saan pwede. So I really found the that number one contrast as to us kasi tayo nagmamadali pa tayo eh, di ba?
Oo, parang ang tagal naman ng homily. Ang tagal naman ng
Nagmamadali pa
misa
tayo.
na
Ang
to.
si Father, daming announcement, di ba? Ano ba to? Ayaw pa bilis. Ang daming sinasabi nitong lector. Pero sila, they look forward to it. They anticipate. So that's number one. Number two, the way they receive the Eucharist. Uh, Akala ko nga growing up, ano na tayo, pious na tayo, or ano na tayo, in our reception. But to them, it's much deeper. Some of them would actually cry the moment they would touch or receive the host through the mouth. Some of them would cry. Some of them would fall on their knees and stay put doon sa harap ng altar after receiving the Eucharist. Yung ikatlo, one of the, I think, ano naman, our plus sign naman ng culture natin as compared to theirs. Medyo dahil siguro westernized tayo. So meron tayong mga new ways of singing at mass, the songs that we choose. To them, sa kanila napansin ko, para kang nagmisa ng mga siguro 1980s sa Pilipinas. Ganun yung dating. So even yung missionary sa kanila novelty eh. Because they were so used to receiving white missionaries in the sense that because they were really evangelized by the Europeans, the
Yeah.
Irish, the English. So when they saw us, the Chinese or Asian missionaries, we became novelty. Uh, they would literally gather around us pag nagsimba kami. They would touch our hair. Tataka sila kasi straight na straight. Hihilahin nila yan. May isa pa pala. I remember Karel, my wife, was hindi confronted but was asked by this African lady why she heard mass wearing pants. Sa atin, normal lang na nakapantalon yung babae, di ba, pag nagmamass.
Yeah.
Sila, ano yon, parang, bakit ka naka-maong? So, those three, very big impact sa buhay ko, Herb.
Yeah, I love that the faith is expressed differently. I'm sure as Filipinos, we also have our own strengths.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, we're really, consistent in a sense in, going to church. But of course, today, as of this recording or as of this live show pala, pandemic tayo, no? So, a lot of us are stuck at home and watching YouTube masses. So, hinahanap pa yung pinaka maikling mass, gano'n, di ba?
29 minutes, Brad. Nag-search na 30 minutes na mass.
Di ba? So, how do you look at mission in this time of pandemic?
Meron akong smart. Di ba? Tayo may smart goals tayo, yung specific, measurable. Ako, while praying about it, especially last year, when we were constrained sa movement, sabi ko, number one, we need to be strategic. We need to be strategic. Strategic in the sense na we should know our target. Doing missions, I mean. M, we should be moderate. Um, Alam mo yung if you're in this, make sure you invest time because it will take time. So be moderate. Yung letter A, sorry, number A tuloy. Letter A, you need to be
Ano, no?
accessible. Letter A, you need to be accessible. What you're doing online,
Yeah.
producing content, sharing, kahit walang ibang audience, kahit ang audience mo lang dito literally ay itong camera sa harap ko. You need
Mm.
to be accessible. R, you need to bank on your relationships. Yan yung smart, relationships. Yung T, you should be teachable. Meaning, be eager to learn. I'm 45 years old, Curbs.
Ay,
But up
45
to
ka na ba? Kala ko
charot,
46.
nagkaloka lang ako naman. 45. Tama ba? O, 1976. 45. I'm 45
Kuya
years
Shok,
old.
Kuya Shok.
I thought you can't teach old dogs new tricks. But in these times of pandemic, you really need to be teachable. Be eager to learn new things. That's why I appreciate it pag nag-i-introduce ka ng topic that challenges people to build content because I think it's necessary. So, yun yung smart format ko in these times of pandemic, Brad.
Nice. Ano nga yung S?
Yes, you need
Strategic?
to be strategic,
Ano yung M?
moderate.
Moderate.
Uh,
Oh,
uh, ano siya eh,
parang drink moderately ah.
drink moderately. Ibig sabihin lang, hindi siya tawag dyan, hindi siya hard sell.
I see, I see.
So, because
Parang
you don't know
swabe lang.
the people that you're talking to, di ba? Hindi mo sila nakikita eh. You don't know their background. Similar to this, ang dami mabate, hello po, Brother Shok, from Heidi, from Hi Bambi. Yung mga ganon, if they don't comment, you don't know if they're there or still
That's
listening.
right.
So, dapat the message is moderately applied. So, yun yung smart ko, Curbs.
Cool. So strategic, moderate, accessible, uh, build those relationships, and of course, be willing to learn, be teachable. Awesome. I love these, no? Kasi we have to be smart missionaries, kumbaga.
Amen. Amen.
All right. So, of course, Shok, for us, very literal, no? Missionary, mission. And when you expand the word mission, it's really something you feel that God is asking you to do. What do you feel, in terms of what God is asking you to do right at this moment, right at this time in your journey? Kasi narinig na namin yung sino ka dati, nag-mission ka sa Africa, now you're here in Metro Manila and you're actually one of the elders in CFC, kumbaga sa council. So what do you think is your calling right now?
No, thank you. Thank you, Curbs, for this opportunity. I haven't really shared this. Pero, una, mission to me is meant for everybody. I mean, as baptized Catholics, as Christians, we were readily or automatically called to mission. Diba? Jesus commands us to go. It should be the exception if we stay. Diba? It should be the exception if we stay because everybody is called to mission. Meron lang, from my personal understanding, meron lang different kinds of missionaries. But the mission is the same. There are those who were called to go somewhere, leave their home, leave their families, and pursue uh, sharing the gospel outside of the boundaries. Pero meron ding mga sets of missionaries that are called by the Lord to share the gospel within their scope or their family or their workplaces, like how you would encourage. Ako personally now, at the moment, the Lord is calling me to transition to number two, to be a missionary, not by leaving home, not by going somewhere else, but uh, to the workplace. Yan ang calling ko at the moment. So, um, officially, from full-time pastoral mission work, I will be transitioning doon sa pangalawa of working outside. So by the end of August, I will be transitioning. And I'm really, really excited dahil it's, again, another adventure, as I said. No? Um, and some are given the special vocation to leave their home and travel. Already mentioned that. But the missionary is one who crosses many borders to carry the word of God. Eh. And one of the borders that I have is yung workplace or yung being in a corporate setting. So yan. So I'm
That's
excited
awesome.
to grow.
Yeah, that's awesome kasi somehow that's the common denominator between two of us. I guess naunala ako ng 5 taon that I
Kaya
transitioned
nga
to
ako nanonood
workplace.
ng Fired Up Life mo, Brad. Kaya ako nanonood ng full show. Dah- Dahil dami ko natututunan sa transition mo.
Yeah, so in this time of pandemic especially, right, you have to be missionaries where you are sent. Meaning, kung saan ka nagtatrabaho, sa mga pamilya nyo, and of course, there's always something to improve wherever you are sent. So, I pray for you. I pray for that transition in your life. And of course, we bring whatever we learned on mission, the years that we've had in full-time mission into, of course, the workplace or into society itself,
Yeah.
right?
It adds saltiness. It adds saltiness to our beings. Kaya nga, kabado, excited, looking forward. But again, going back to my initial calling, I think this is again an invitation from the Lord to take on this adventure, this new adventure with Him outside of full-time work. So yeah, excited, Brad.
All right, all right. Thanks for sharing with us, Shok. Kasi ano talaga, of course, 98% of those who are listening probably right now, or maybe 99.95% are having their own, businesses. They're having their own employments. So, totally relatable. And ang key lang talaga is to find your calling where you are sent. So, marami dito nanonood from the Middle East, may mga taga Guam, from the
Gulat
US.
nga ako, may UK viewer ka pa, Kurt. So,
Oh,
UK.
marami UK. Shout out sa mga taga UK. All right. So let's take in some questions, guys. So if you have questions for Shock in terms of having that passion, having that missionary spirit in you, mag-type lang po kayo diyan. In the meantime, ayan. Sabi ni Alice Yok Cruz, love that daw. No? Nagbumabati si Bambi, hi daw.
Kaya nga,
All
binati ko
right.
nga si Bambi.
Sabi din ni Heidi, hello brother Shock. I met you during the national conference in UK. I was part of the visual team. Nice to see you here at the Fired Up Life with brother Kirby. Ayan, si Tito Jun Kawad, ka-household ko po ito. Mga coordinators ko yan noong YFC kami.
Baliktad yan, si Tito Jun. Sila ang coordinators. Actually, household head ng nanay ko, ang Tita Malu.
Ayun. Si Eric naman is saying, when I was in Malaysia, I saw African immigrants dressed properly before coming to Mass. All right, yeah, that's when I also went to mission on Sierra Leone. Una, nakabihis lang ako ng ganito, no? Very casual, going to Mass. Nung nakita ko sila, naka-long sleeves, bumalik ako sa kwarto ko at nagbihis ako. So,
Yeah.
it's so true. And yes, we honor that culture. It really honors the Lord that we dress properly. Ayan, so sabi naman ni Grace dito, no, Sadagak. Hi bro, Shock from Isle of Man, UK. All right, all right.
No po.
Yes, yes. So, having that passion for mission really, na-mention mo nga, you have your calling right now and you're transitioning in your life.
Yeah.
And siguro, how can we encourage people to serve more? How can we encourage people to serve the church at this time? Kasi primarily, sabihin na natin, no, missionaries really in spreading God's word. No? So you mentioned smart kanina in this time of pandemic, but uh, what are the practical ways that we can do to bring the mission out?
Very beautiful question. I think it starts off with your giftedness. From my end, again, personal po ito. Hindi po ako doktor katulad ni Kirby.
Dok-
Uh, No, you have to understand that everybody is gifted. The Lord somehow opened up heavens and placed several gifts in our hearts that was meant to be shared. So I think the for you to pursue a missionary calling, if that is the question, realize this, that the Lord already provided you with the tools that you can use. What the Catholic Church, I think at the moment needs is uh, company, hindi, for its people to accompany others. Um, sa Couples for Christ, madali yan because from the very beginning, we were taught to be with others in a household. Meron tayong two-on-twos, one-on-ones, etc. But the greater church needs that. It needs people who are ready to accompany others. So that's what they need at the moment. So if your giftedness and this passion that you have honors the Lord, I think that's already mission or mission work. Lalong-lalo na, mission kasi, ano you can only become a missionary once you're sent. Di ba? Yun eh. Once
To
you're
be
sent.
sent.
To be sent. Like Jesus, that's the way of Jesus eh. For God so loved the world that He sent. Yung go to the ends of the earth. So talagang may, ano yung sending. So ako, now, if you're listening, you're watching full show or fired up live show, if you're watching now and you sense or think that God is calling you to go on mission, turn on your cameras, develop your content, and share, share, share. Yun yung sa akin
Awesome.
in these times, Brad.
Tama kasi you have your cell phones, you can just press the publish button, di ba? Nandun na yung video mo. You can
Yeah.
even go live. And what we're doing here, it's not so difficult, no? Pakapalan lang ng mukha ng konti, no? And of course, but it's for a higher purpose.
Yeah. Ang ano lang na dito sa StreamYard Curves, walang filter to eh.
Oo.
So,
Walang filter. Hindi kagaya sa TikTok.
but kidding aside, publish it, share it, speak, share, go, and it stays there. Eh. The beauty with online or in the internet, it stays there. So it can be accessed over and over again.
Gusto ko lang i-share din sa'yo, Shok, na, different people have different callings also within the context of the bigger mission. Because I handle a group, it's called Fired Up University. Merong passionate about creating their space into a bit of heaven, no? Parang ano siya, heaven in a haven, no? Si Tita Katie, yung kilala niyo siguro. Meron siyang platform na ganun. May isa din na very passionate about defending the faith. May passionate din about theology of the body. Meron ding passionate about handling mental depression, no? Meron ding iba-iba, no? So within the context of the bigger message of the gospel, may kanya-kanya tayong niche, no? So may tanong dito yung ating viewer na si Eric, very active ngayon na. Hi Brother Shok, what is your advice on looking for a niche? Meron ka bang idea niyan, Shok? Sabi mo kasi may giftedness.
Si Kirby yung mas makakasagot niyan. Pero ako, I would always look at for example, the gospel or the Bible, di ba? Look for chapter 4 verse 18 to 19. Bringing good news. Yan ang primary sa missionary, to bring good news or the gospel. Tapos it carried on to the poor, liberty to the captives, recovery of sight to the blind, freedom to those who are oppressed, and to proclaim that Jesus is Lord. Parang ganyan. Di ba yun yung nandun sa Luke chapter 4. All of a sudden, it gives you a paradigm curve na sharing the good news means that it should be shared to every niche or every box in society. In finding your niche, I want you to develop or to discover your purpose. Because from there, I think niche follows. Ikaw, Curbs, mas masasagot mo yan.
Yeah. Look into your gifts. And if you can find one gift that you can be excellent at, then that focus on that. Because I think one of the problems sa Shok talaga is we cannot tend to focus. Parang ano tayo, very multi-passionate. So ang dami mong gustong pasukin, no? And what I would tell them is look for that one passion that can bless your family. Okay? So pwede kasing you're passionate about something pero it does not make you more of a Saint Joseph. Kumbaga, you're not
Yeah.
able to provide well for that home. So choose that niche that can bless your family the most. So yeah, that's what I would always say. Choose your passion that is aligned to your vocation. So yeah, I love the questions here. Keep your questions coming, guys. Baka may mga tanong pa dito, no? And
May mga ano lang, may mga shout out curve si Chino, si
yes,
Jun, si Nikki.
yes,
Shout
yes.
out.
Hey, Gregorio Jr., yan dan. How God speaks to us in Scripture can give us an idea of our niche, sabi din niya. No? So, through prayer time, baka may masense. No? Si Tito Arnel Santos, ayan.
Ay kuya,
Salamat salamat sa inyong dalawa, Kirby and Shok, for allowing yourselves to be used in what Tita Nina was moved to prophesy in 2018 as expansion of the Spirit. Praying for that niche too. All right, awesome. Thank you for your comment, Kuya Arnel. Gusto ko lang i-affirm yung sinabi mo, Shok, kasi uh, it just so happens that my dissertation, kasi I'm about to conclude my academic journey, is actually
your doctorate degree. Ano ka ba? Sabihin mo na your
accompaniment.
doctorate degree.
It's called accompaniment in the workplace. No, accompaniment in the workplace. And eksakto, year of St. Joseph ngayon. So, sabi yun, St. Joseph the worker. And I was just so affirmed by these things. Kasi talagang the workplace is also a mission field. All right. So, the family is a mission field. The workplace is a mission field. And of course, other countries, their mission fields as well. All right. All right. So, ayan. So, wow, it's already 3:48. Grabe. Baka may mga tanong po kayo. Sabi ni Mike Untalan, Kirby and Shok, I have been listening to you since YFC days.
Tanda na
How
yan
to
si
be...
Mike, matanda na.
Bati-bati lang. Thank you so much for being here, Mike. Yes, yes. So, guys, the Fired Up Life show is all about really finding your passion in the light of our faith. And our guest here today, si Shok, has really inspired me through the years, both as a person I look up to and someone who's really exemplified what it means to be a servant of the Lord. No? So we pray for you, Shok. Salamat
Thank
sa pag-share mo sa oras dito. No? And siguro, before we conclude, no, pwede bang mga viewers ngayon, maybe you can type there in the comments what inspired you today. You know, what inspired you? Maybe you can derive some keywords from what Shok said that you can apply in your life. Ano ba yung mga phrases that you've heard that has inspired you throughout the show? So let me know there in the comments section. And in the meantime, while we're waiting for your comments, gusto ko lang i-share tong some of the things that I want to share with you guys. Unang-una, before Shok departs, no, gusto ko lang magpasalamat sa mga nanonood ngayon. And of course, ating freebie for today is 21 days out of 365 days. Lilibre ko po siya. Now, a lot of you don't have this book yet, 365 Fired Up Days. And by the way, Shok was with me when I launched this book. So malaking pasalamat ko kay Shok.
Baliktad naman yun. Ako nag-i-interview sa'yo doon, Brad.
Oo. So thank you, Shok, for accompanying me in launching this book. This has fired up a lot of people. So if you don't have a copy yet of this 365 Fired Up Days, if you're still discerning, why not try it for the next 21 days? Mag-i-email ako for 21 days sa inyo. Araw-araw, magiging fired up kayo. Just go to kirbyliaban.com/21 days and you'll get a taste of the 365 Fired Up Days. And of course, salamat sa ating mga patrons. If you want to support this show, guys, just go to patreon.com/fireduplife. Ito yung ating mga patrons. Salamat po. Almost 1 year na to silang mga patron, Shok, at sinusuportahan ang content creation natin dito sa Fired Up Life. We honor you guys. Salamat sa inyong generosity. And we invite those who are watching right now to consider being a patron. Ganito na po ang pag-sustain ng mga creators ngayon. People go online, give value, but at the same time, people who believe in the mission of the creator, support them. In one of those venues is patreon.com/fireduplife. You can also send stars if you're watching this through my page. Awesome. And of course, don't forget, fireduplifestore.com and buy my book. Habang meron pa tayong printed copies, kakaunti na lang po siya. And again, go to kirbilyaban.com/21days if you want free 21 motivational, inspirational messages each day in your email. All right. So, right now, we're about to conclude dito sa ating show. And maybe just to, grabe, ang daming nag-comment dito, Shok. Maapaw ang ating comment section. Si JM Kalingasyon, no? You two inspired me since YFC days until today. Grabe, parang lolong-lolo na tayo, Shok.
Kaya nga eh.
All right. Si SP is here. Tita SP Matugas. Each of us can be missionary, be a smart missionary. Ayan, no? Ate Roan, good day, inspiring bros. Thank you for sharing your inspiring words always. God bless you. Ayan. So marami pang gusto ko lang din tong kay Ping Kakayan. Missions need not go far and wide, but in our own little way, we can be missionaries. Just be smart missionaries. Ayun, yung pala yung mga napipick up nila na sa'yo, Shok, today, no? Sabi ni Anne, use and be smart, be passionate missionary, and look for your calling. Right. And of course, si Beth, kilala nating dalawa to. Recognize your giftedness and the giver of the gifts. Allow him to send you. Wow. No? I love that. Thank you, Beth. Si Ayan naman and Bren, focus on that something that you think will bless your family. Yun kayang take home today. Si Maita naman, Paredes Reyes, everyone is called to mission regardless of where you are. Ayan. Sabi ni Jaja, we are all called to be smart missionaries. Ayan. So, dami no. Pero that's all the time that we have today. And maybe, Shok, maybe you can say a few words to our viewers just to conclude our session for this afternoon. Go ahead, Shok.
Thank you, Curbs. Thank you to all the listeners and watchers of Fired Up Life Show. Ako because we started off with a calling, because everybody or all of us, lahat ng binyagan ay tinawag or called. Pag minsan, hindi mo masyadong naririnig na tong call na to. Parang yan yung Doppler effect, di ba? The farther you are from the source of the sound or the call, the softer the voice or the thing that you're listening to. So, to retain the passion, continue going closer to the source of this call, which is Jesus. Because the closer you go to him or get to him, the louder it can be. So find your passion. Your passion is not just within you, it is with God, and God will surely fire up your life. So maraming salamat, Curbs.
Thank you, Shok, and thank you everyone for watching the Fired Up Live show. See you on Tuesday next week for a fired up topic. And we'll also be having another guest on next Thursday. So, abangan nyo po. Twice a week po ito. Tuesdays and Thursdays every 3 o'clock p.m. Tell your friends and get fired up. Bye. God bless.